CEO Live Talks.
I am Dr. Swannie Jett, and I have a passion for public health for over 30 years. Now, I'm in a position to affect change, and these are the critical conversations about health in our community with the people who can help me make those changes. Good afternoon. Welcome to CEO Live Talks. I'm your host, Dr. Swannie Jett. Welcome to episode 2 with Mr. Mike Bucci. You've been in the business, and at least you run the business for a long time. Why not just work for WWE?
I did behind the scenes for a year as a recruiter. I just didn't want it to be the rest of my life.
Correct.
We've gone all the time, 24 hours a day, whatever it may be, and I have no regrets. I loved my time in it. I still do some appearances every now and then. I might do an autograph signing, a convention, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I love what I do now. It gives me the freedom. I'm a dad first and foremost.
Okay.
And Olivia is 15. And I found over the last couple years, Olivia was my biggest fan. You know, the women in my life my mom is my biggest fan of all time. She's still with us. She's fighting the fight back home on cancer. She's killing it. Yes, I love her. She's been great. Always believed in me. But my daughter, Olivia, she's 15. She does so many events with me. A lot of people would always say if they see me at an event, where's Olivia at? They know her. So doing it with her, I wouldn't have traded that for anything.
Right.
And then honestly, Swannie, about a year ago, and I look at the model of you and Tiffany, your guys' marriage, how you guys made it work. I've never had that. You know, I was divorced for 12 years, just me and Olivia doing our thing, and I was reserved for the fact that this is going to be it. This is just me. I'm going to work out at the gym, hang out with the boys, watch my superhero shows, and do my ball. That was it.
Right.
And then about a year ago, they always say you find stuff when you don't look for, right? So I did. It's the truth. I met a woman she moved here from West Virginia. Name's Robin. Shout out to you, babe. I love you. She changed my life and changed my perspective of everything. Because I've never had that besides my mom or my daughter, someone who actually I know it sounds crazy, but the believe in you and the support. It's nuts. I've never had that ever. Right. And I believe in her. She's an amazing woman. She's confident. She works hard. She's a great mother. She is completely, I didn't know that I need things changed or I didn't need it. Or maybe I did. I just didn't know it.
You just didn't know it.
Didn't know it. I didn't know what I didn't know.
It's almost like traveling the world. You become aware of different things. You didn't know you needed it.
I had seen it for everybody else. I'm that's cool. It's just not for me.
Right.
But it's just her and Olivia are the first two people I think about every morning when I wake up, and the last two I think of when I go to bed.
Right.
And it's just made things so much better. Right. I'm not saying it's just I didn't know. I don't know how to explain it. If you guys have it, you know what I'm talking about. I can't.
Yeah.
But this woman has completely changed my life, how I look out on things.
It was almost like I didn't know I needed lobster until the first time I had it. Mm-hmm. And when I had it, I'm like, I need lobster.
Now I don't judge. I always tell her all the time, I told her on Valentine's Day too, everything has been better with her because everything's been better since her.
Right.
So it just makes it different. She'll be at the, we're going to get some plugs coming up, but a lot of my events haven't come out. I try to take her as much as I can, but she's like, babe, you do a lot.
Right. Now you can return 53.
I can't believe it. Yeah.
Time has flown. So, looking back, you've been a trailblazer, especially in your family and going a different route. Of course, I probably would say the same thing. I went a different route than most of my family members. What would you tell yourself now today?
That's a great question, Swannie. So if the DeLorean ever gets invented one day and we can get in that time machine and go back a little bit, I got a few stops. But I might go back. Well, my first stop's going to be to 10-year-old me and say, hey, you see that ad on television for that apple? That's not a fruit they're selling, dummy. Go get a lot of money and buy that. But I would tell myself, don't sweat the little things. Control your own fate as much as possible. Take risks. Take chances. And you know what? You don't have to be liked by everybody.
Right.
Just do your best and put your head down. Worry about you. Do the best you can. But I can't tell you how many times in my life I have been so paranoid and upset and in my own head devastated over what I perceived to be the biggest thing in the world. Mm-hmm. And it was so minuscule and so inconsequential that I was like, what in the world I was worried about this for? Right. I blew this up 10 levels a Sunday, and I didn't need to.
Right.
And, I would tell myself, not everybody's be your friend. That's okay, too.
Right.
Just worry about what you got to worry about. Handle your business. Everything will do the work. the good stuff will come after that, and give more than you expect to receive.
Right.
So that's, I spent so many years worrying, so many years depressed. And it happens too. Like when you're in that routine, you're doing thing when the lights shut off and you're a normal person again.
Right.
There is a bit of an adjustment. Like, oh, okay, like this is how they live. So
and I think for the most part, people get used to being a star. Right. It's like somebody told me one day they was a fire chief, and when they was no longer a fire chief, they didn't know how to act. People didn't come up to them the same way or give them the same amount of respect.
Oh, yeah.
So, how did you make that transition?
I never got caught up in the rigmarole, like the lifestyle. I never got caught up in the lifestyle.
Right.
I was a guy who wrestled. I wasn't a wrestler. I didn't get into the whole crazy party world, any of that stuff. Like, it just didn't appeal to me. So I just would always, when the show was over and I took the outfit off, I was back to being Mike again.
Okay.
When Simon Dean was out there talking crap or whatever he was doing, like I came in the back and got changed. The next day I'm worried about what time is the flight home.
Right.
Like I didn't even get caught up in it. I think that had a lot to do with it. I didn't want to let my mom and dad down. I got into the vices, and then, being married, becoming a dad, all that stuff. Even now, being in the community, what I'm doing, I'm very conscious about what I'll say yes to, what I can commit to, because I don't like, my biggest problem is saying no to anybody.
Right.
Like, I can't tell you how many times I'll take a look. Oh man, I got that in the morning. I got this. I got that. And I was like, even the day of the sneaker ball, we got the sneaker ball coming up. Shout out to Daryl. Great Future Sneaker Ball, March 22nd. Allen Iverson's the guest speaker.
Yeah.
Boys and Girls Club, Kentuckiana. They do great work. But I'll be at the Brockfest that day promoting Fifth Third Bank. And then I'm going to get changed and cleaned up and go to the sneaker ball that night. So it's a full day of activities. I do that too much. I double book myself.
Let me ask this. And so now, what is your job title again?
Yeah.
Because you seem like you do more than promotion.
I am
that's a niche.
First and foremost, father, boyfriend, son, not necessarily no, but you get the hint. Banking financial center manager, board member, Kentucky Colonel, actor, community activist, all the things, man. I just don't limit it to one. So
Right. So what's your normal day look like?
Great question. I wake up at 5:30. I go work out. Get home about 6:30, take a shower. We head out at 7 o'clock. I drop Olivia off at school. I'm here until 5 o'clock. Get out of here. If I have Olivia that night, if she's not with her mom, we usually go home and start working on a few little projects, and I usually go to bed about 10. If I'm not with Olivia, I line up. It could be a board member, a board meeting, could be a financial literacy class, could be an event, could be a call with some members of my team, as I call them around the country, whether it's my nutritionist, financial guy, business part, whatever it may be.
Right.
Always got something going on.
So go in depth exactly what you do at Fifth Third Bank.
Okay, great question. So I oversee the day-to-day operations of the financial center on 4th Street Live.
Okay.
So I work with my team of bankers. I work with people who work in wealth and asset management, people that work in business banking, commercial banking. Your wife, I work with her. We have all different things that we do with the marketing team. Our community activist, Adam Hall. I worked with him, a community manager, Adam Hall. I work with Adam on projects. Obviously, I have to squeeze some time in there to help bank customers that come in.
Right.
I work with a lot of the small business customers that come in.
Okay.
So whether it comes to business lending, anything like that, business credit, business accounts, I work with all of them. Mm-hmm. Pipeline for a lot of the other managers in the city that might need some assistance. They haven't been around as long. I help them with stuff. But yeah, I get to do things like this with Dr. Swannie. It's cool. It's a little everything. I could not work at a cookie cutter, sit in this cubicle for 8 hours a day,
right,
just nose down, and I couldn't.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Park Duval. My name is Desmond Pritchard. I'm your Chief HR Officer here at Park Duval. I'm located normally 9 times out of 10 at the Wilson location. I'm beyond honored to support our community, to work with our community. There's a lot ahead of us. We have a lot we're ready to do, we're willing to do, and we can't wait to have you on board, to have you doing it with us.
Tune in to CEO Live Talks with Dr. Swannie Jett every Saturday at noon on Wave 3. In this thought-provoking series, we bring you conversations with influential leaders, visionaries, and changemakers who are making a difference in their communities and beyond. Don't miss an episode. Mark your calendar for Saturdays at noon on Wave 3 to watch CEO Live Talks with Dr. Swannie Jett. Together, we can shape a brighter, healthier future for all.
My name is JT Douglas, and I am the Director of Development and Marketing here at Park Duval. I'm in charge of all of the fundraising efforts to help us do some of the great work we do here at Park Duval. The people that come to Park Duval, they're here for a reason. They're here to see us. They're coming to the health center because they don't feel good. And I think it's great work that our physicians and providers do for those patients by helping them.
Hello, I'm Dr. Swannie Jett. Please make sure you visit one of our 5 locations, not only in Louisville, but outside of Louisville and surrounding areas. Thank you. Now, you having a very flamboyant, outgoing personality.
Try to.
How do you deal in the banking world? Because everybody don't have a personality.
Nope.
They're not as outgoing. How do you manage this?
Well, that's one of the things I love about Fifth Third Bank. Fifth Third encourages you to think outside the box, be a little bit different. We just introduced an NIL program at Fifth Third Bank. There's some links on LinkedIn. You can see it. We have some NIL discussions. And I was talking about that 2 years ago in the bank. So I'm trying to brainstorm ways now to be maybe the Kentucky conduit activist or something to help promote that here in Kentucky. But I'm always trying to think, everybody else is doing this, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So the bank appreciates it. Shout out to Colonel Kim Halbauer. I believe she was on the show before.
Right.
Love Kim Halbauer. She encourages thinking outside the box and always promoting Fifth Third. Tiffany does also. Our retail executive, Christelle Jensen, my boss, Danny Sullivan. They all are all about, hey, Mike, just do your thing.
Right.
They love the exposure that I give them on LinkedIn, on social media. I did TikToks for the bank, and we put those out. So I'm using my skill set that I have, and Fifth Thirds figure out a way to use that to their benefit, which I love because I'm using it to my benefit. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do as an employee. Everybody that knows me, Swannie, knows what I do, and they know who I do it for.
Right.
And I love being the B that can connect A and C. That's the goal.
So they need you to just do one thing. Don't want to take anything away from Swannie Jett, but they be like, hey, Mike, I need you to go out and just promote Fifth Third Bank all day.
I couldn't even imagine that. I would love that'd be my dream job. My boss Danny will tell you that when she'll say, "Hey, Mike, are you actually gonna do some bank stuff this week?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I could fit it in." But all kidding aside, the bank is fantastic with that.
Right.
Out of 500 and something hours last year, I'm going to tell you 450, 475 was done outside of banking. I had nothing to do with the bank. These were nights and weekends and all the stuff that I logged, from the Angel Tree program that I run for the bank to working with the nonprofit theater group. All the different things I do, that's on my own time.
What's your number one passion?
My number one passion.
You have a lot going on, but it's something that is in your stable. You will always do this.
That's a great question. So number one, first and foremost, is always make sure Olivia gets taken care of.
Right. Well, that's first.
Now, I know. Number two is making sure that Robin, my partner, my better half, making sure we're on the same doing our thing together to make sure each one of us is making each other better. But I would say take those two away. In my professional life, my number one priority is to always make sure that I am giving to folks that don't have the experience or the means or the past or the skill set that I have. How can I incorporate that to help them out? Because that's going to make them better for the people around them.
Right. And
that's a heck of an answer for a simple question. Sorry, Swannie.
And here's the thing. We're going into a time now where, Fifth Third, PNC, all the banks, they were doing a lot of giving to communities. Now we're going backwards. In some instances, because I had to deal with House Bill 4, which they try to remove DEI from post-secondary education. What things in the future does Fifth Third have planned in order to give back?
I don't know all the particulars for sure. I would love for you to have Adam Hall on the show one day. He's our community development director. We made a commitment to the Russell neighborhood several years ago. Right. We put several projects in the Russell neighborhood. Fifth Third, and I can't speak on the other banks because I think all my competitors are great, right? I have a lot of friends that work at different banks. I love them all. What I tell people all the time is that we're a little different. And the customers perceive those differences to be better, whatever it may be. But I will say this, we have been in the forefront, whether it was the investment in the neighborhood, the Russell neighborhood, some of the activist programs we've done, the inclusion programs in the bank are second to none. The way we handle the response to COVID was on the front lines, way ahead of anybody else. So I owe a lot to Mr. Tim Spence, who is at the top of the food chain in Fifth Third Bank.
He is.
Yep, my guy,
Give him a
Sean.
shout out,
Big
Tim.
shout out to you, Tim. I love you, buddy. Sean, shout out to Mr. Sean Niehaus. Sean had a retail. He's awesome, too. I did his talk show about a year and a half ago, did his podcast for the bank talking about volunteering. With those guys, along with so many other people in the company, Chris Garrett, Melissa Stevens, they have been on the front. They've really put Fifth Third Bank and the employees and what we do. They're getting everybody knows this is the fraction bank or whatever it may be. Like, whatever we have to get our message out there, people know it. And they're responding because I do think we're at the front lines of a lot of progressive things coming up.
Well, I would say this. I have watched Fifth Third Bank when I lived here from 1995 to 2013. Didn't know much about Fifth Third, knew more about PNC. But since I've been back, 2021, they have done some very smart things. One of them was hiring my wife, but the other one was hiring you.
Well, I mean, thank you, very gracious for that. They think outside the box sometimes.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I've seen it with my own eyes. And the fact that these people rolled the dice almost 10 years ago on a retired pro wrestler who's a little bit different, and they let me do my thing, but I have...
A retired star.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. I'm being modest about it, but
Right.
I have done that with other people. I have taken the chance and hired some folks that, I mean, one of my great guys that I hired was Gabe. He was from the Sudan. He was one of the lost boys of the Sudan. He was a guy that showed up in a hiring event, and he was the last guy that showed up that day. They almost turned him away because he came from his other job. He wasn't dressed for the part. I got him in there. We sat him down. Myself and my manager, Ronnie, at the time, we interviewed Gabe and we hired him. And he's turned out to be an incredible success story. So I always think Fifth Third took a chance on me, so I'm taking a chance on somebody else.
That's smart.
So,
That's smart. So, besides everything you're involved in, some of the upcoming events that Fifth Third has that you're involved in.
not just Fifth Third, Swannie, but we got a full count.
Yeah, I know.
Robin, baby, we're going to have a busy couple months coming up, and I know you already know that. So we have, first and foremost, on March 22nd, next Saturday night, we have the Great Future Sneaker Ball, the Boys and Girls Club of Kentuckiana. I'm on the panel, on the committee for that, helping plan that. That's going to be awesome. Hall of Famer Allen Iverson's going to be there that night. It's going to be absolutely incredible. You'll be there.
I will.
I'll be the 58th best dressed person in the room that night because it's going to be number one right here. A whole lot of people in front of me.
Make sure I put on some Chicago Bulls sneakers.
Oh, boy. I'm going to have my custom-made, only 3 pairs in the world, my BWO, Blue World Order sneakers on that night with my name on them. It's going to be cool.
That's going to be cool.
But that's on the 11th. And then I have April 12th. There's some of Brockfest is that day, too. We're going to be in Nulu at Brockfest promoting Fifth Third Bank.
Okay.
Going to be there in the morning. April 12th, I have the Build-A-Bet event at Freedom Hall, Dr. Benji Langley. I have a team there every year. We build about 150 beds in one day. There's 30 different teams there for kids that need them the most. Our team will build about 12 beds that day.
Wow.
Unless Jay Simpson, I'm calling him out. Jay, you better be on your point that day. I'm going to need you, buddy. You need to build some beds that day. But
how long does it take to build a bed?
We have it down to a science. The wood is already pre-cut, so we're drilling the holes and putting it all together. We can get the bed done in about 10, 15 minutes. I have a team of Adam Hall will be there, her husband Daniel, my daughter will be there, Robin will be there, Jay, my buddy Mark from Middletown branch. So we have our little squad together, and the mayor comes and kicks us off, and we just go in there and kick butt and build beds. Okay. A couple weeks after that, a big one too, I will be a celebrity guest this year, and I'm also on the committee for Unbridled Derby Eve. Unbridled Derby Eve is the #1 premier derby event in all of Louisville, Kentucky, in my eyes and to the eyes of many others. Shout out to the lovely York sisters, Tammy and Tanya. They put on a first-class event.
Wow.
The celebrities will be at that. The stars will be out. Very honored to be a part of that one this year.
That's a great one. I'm a C-list celebrity.
Have you ever been there?
I've never been.
No, you're an S-list celebrity, Swannie.
Swannie.
#1 right there, baby.
Created.
Yeah, you just tell them I know Tiffany Jett, and you know Tiffany, we'll get you in here.
Get in, yeah. I mean,
but that's a great one too. So many different things coming up. I'm not even getting into it. Later on in the year. I'll be at the golf scramble representing the bank, and there'll be a couple breakfasts that we'll go to, and American Heart Association walk, and I told myself I was going to slow down this year, but don't really look like it.
My name is JT Douglas, and I am the Director of Development and Marketing here at Park Duval. I'm in charge of all of the fundraising efforts to help us do some of the great work we do here at Park Duval. The people that come to Park Duval, they're here for a reason. They're here to see us. They're coming to the health center because they don't feel good. And I think it's great work that our physicians and providers do for those patients by helping them.
Hello, I'm Dr. Swannie Jett, CEO for Park Duval Community Health Centers. We conduct WIC, nutrition, and open enrollment for healthcare. So this is a one-stop shop facility for everybody in the community.
My name is Dr. Stephanie Jacobs, and I am your Chief of Clinical Operations. I have been a nurse for 26 years. I have been in leadership for 18 years, and I absolutely love what I do. Park Duval is the employer of choice for me because I love the community, I love what we do, and I love the ability to be able to provide the amazing services that we do for our patients.
Hello, my name is Sierra Clark, and I'm the Chronic Disease Manager at Park Duval Community Health Center. Ever since I started at Park Duval over 9 years ago, I have been committed to helping patients live healthier lifestyles. I am currently serving patients in the Chronic Care Management Program, or CCM program. My team and I help patients manage their chronic conditions such as obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes. In this CCM program, you will receive several benefits to help you manage your health. We offer monthly telephone calls to check in with your progress and to assist you with any concerns, assistance with scheduling your healthcare appointments, and assistance with filling your prescriptions in a timely and convenient manner. We also offer many resources to help you with the barriers you may face with eating healthy, being physically active, or monitoring your conditions at home. For more information, visit us online at pdchc.org or visit one of our health centers.
What keeps you motivated?
Man,
you have a lot. What keeps you motivated besides, getting out of bed?
I'll tell you why. Because Swannie, there's going to come a day, I don't know when it's going to be, where I'm going to look around and I'm going to exhale and go, that's it. The battery's dry. It's over.
Right.
I just want to sit here. If it happens, it happens. I'm going to sit here with my wife.
Right.
We're going to sit on this deck. She's going to have a glass of wine. I'm going to have some Coke Zero. We're going to look out over the yard. I'm going to say, hey, babe, those flowers you planted are looking great.
Right.
Want to go in and watch the new season of 1923? It'll probably be season 12 at that point, whatever it may be.
Right.
Let's just relax, babe, and call it a day. We're not going to be in a rat race running around all over the place. I don't know. I say that, but I just constantly think of that organization that can use a couple extra dollars or some manpower. Friday night, it was at Wine, Women, and Shoes event. We crushed it.
Right.
Raised a lot of money. I was there as a shoe guy.
How much money y'all raised?
Oh, that one's going to raise. I don't want to put the amount out there, but shout out to Kathy Dykstra and the crew of Family Scholar House. Fantastic organization. Make a lot of money on that one.
Yeah, they did.
The paddles were flying that night.
I know.
You thought they were swatting away bugs that night. They were waving that paddle up and bidding on items. But there's going to come a day where I just maybe I don't know. I don't know when it's going to come.
Because I was going to ask, what does the future hold? I mean, because you have a big-time-life personality. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Somebody just asked me that the other day, too. I don't know, man. Just keep using a bigger platform. Keep expanding my brand. My dream project, believe it or not, is I want to get with, I don't know if I'm going to produce it myself, which I probably will, or a company that be involved. And I had some preliminary talks earlier this year. I want to start something called the Volunteer Project. Because I figured I worked with 30 different groups last year. How could I take some footage from each one of those events I did and turn it into like a little web series or something where people can get an insight on the Cathedral of the Assumption Food Kitchen, the Dare to Care, the Frankie's Family, Frankie Hilbert, who works with the Salvation Army, like all these different projects I did. How can I give them a little? I worked with a group last year that used horses for equine therapy for kids. I mean, just put a spotlight on all these groups and kind of make it interesting. So I think maybe something like that's a passion of mine, but I just want to keep being a good dad, a good boyfriend, maybe a good husband again one day, be a good co-worker. Just be a good dude that people remember, man. Listen, Swannie, nothing's promised.
Right, nothing's promised.
I could walk out of here today and a meteorite could hit me. Who knows? But I want people to remember me as those things. So
the thing is, and it's interesting, I love what I do because I'm helping people. But have you ever sat back and wondered, man, there's a lot of need. How can we change this with one swoop? How can we shift this?
Well, I'm not saying this is the answer, but when that guy had that little gremlin in his house that he threw some water on, a bunch of other gremlins popped off him. So maybe I got to throw a little water myself and pop some more gremlins. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. I mean, my hope is that maybe 1 becomes 2, becomes 3, becomes 5. And it's not, that's the biggest thing I have to emphasize. It's not always about the dollar amount.
Right.
Third Saturday of every month, I go to the Dare to Care warehouse over on Fern Valley, and we load up the cars that come through. There's a great need for that. That's not dollar donations. It's manpower. Right. So it's just maybe if some folks are out there, if you're interested in getting involved in anything, reach out. I'm sure I can find something to put you involved with and help you out, but and get you involved. But that's the thing to me.
So maybe, volunteerism is it. You do filming, you build a website, and you give people a plethora of places they can go volunteer.
That's not a bad idea. A website where other websites can connect to. And hey, I'm interested in the person who wants to load cars at the Dare to Care might not be the same person that wants to go work with little kids in an after-school program that are going to paint pictures or so. I don't know. Or some folks that want to go to a retirement home and work with the seniors there might not be the same person that wants to come and build beds.
Right.
So.
But you feel good about it. And that's why you do it.
Listen. Every day I live is a day closer to the end more than the beginning.
Right.
And I'll tell you, when I hit 50 a couple of years ago, I started doing a stock of my own mortality. I know that sounds crazy, but when you start thinking, I probably have already lived half my life.
Right.
That's sobering. And I've had a good life, but I want more things in the eulogy, man. Like I want more things etched on the gravestone. Like
you've made it.
I want to accomplish more.
Well, I would say this, and for all the viewers out there, you have already made an impact.
Oh, thank you, Swannie.
And it's been a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And I'm sure I will have you back.
I'm honored to be on this. I know you're a legend. I know when you guys came here, your wife speaks so highly of you. I could see her smile, and it's genuine. She talks about Swannie and, all the things you guys do. And I know your girls look up to you and what you're doing at Park Duval, the marketplace project you're working on, all these different things you got coming up. It's cool. So when you brought this up to come and do this, there's no way in the world I was going to say I had to be here.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And one of the things I would say as I conclude this show is we need volunteerism at the farmers market. So I'm going to need
I'll
you
be
and
there.
the team.
I'll be at the grand opening for the ribbon cutting.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you.
This concludes the show for today. Thank you for watching CEO of Live Talks. My great person, great friend, Mike Bucci, a.k.a. Supernova, a.k.a. Nova, Hollywood Nova, a.k.a. Simon Dean. Thank you.